Bashir in this in the Packers. Yep, Bashir.
Oh.
Please, Memphis squad. Here we go.
Last time England played Test cricket at Lords, they beat New Zealand superbly. That followed was less superb and led to dramatic changes.
Okay, it's raining now as well, so
Again.
we're going to Headingley for the first test.
No!
No, that must be a different day.
You idiot.
I don't think that's today. The first test of this series was at Headingley back a couple of days ago. Oh, first ball. Got in first ball. 2-2 for Ollie Robinson. Oh yes. Fantastic work from Ollie Robinson and Justin Torn. Fantastic bowling. Oh yeah. Ollie and Tom were superb on day one of the first test. It's good. Good from Cox. Good from Hobrook too. Hobrook joining Cox on show. Even Joe Lewis on show too. Oh yeah. Joffa Archer. What a... Honestly, fantastic. Oh, it is raining.
Demolishing Pakistan and Headingley, still a few things to iron out off the field. On the field, at least on the evidence of 175 and a half overs in the first test, they looked strong. So England 1-0 up, 2 to go here at the home of cricket, and then on to Birmingham to move on to the field again, because he genuinely is convinced he has a special attack at his disposal. He can't unleash that attack just yet. There's heavy rain overnight and rain this morning here at Lords, as thankfully have a delayed toss, so therefore almost certainly a delayed start. But forecast as we go throughout the day is better. It's supposed to get brighter and warmer, and the ground staff have been very proactive in sweeping the water off those covers.
So we've got no play as yet here.
Toss has been delayed, but welcome to you. Welcome to the three wise people alongside me at the Revolution and Naz. A few bumps on the road down from Headingley to Lords off the field, but what did you make of the performance on the field from England?
It was a solid performance, and they desperately needed that. If we referred to the Lord's test against New Zealand, which started the international summer, worked out there are 81 days between that test and this one, the second Lord's test of the summer. Now, if you think what's happened in those 81 days, utter chaos. They've lost the captain, lost the coach, 3 players have been stood down from the squad pending regulation investigations from the regulator. And that's really why Joe Root has been brought back, the kind of grown-up in the room, to put a steady hand on the tiller. And that's exactly what he provided at Lords, and indeed has at Headingley, and has provided in the run-up to this game as well, with his press conference on Tuesday. In terms of the performance, just a very solid performance. A good pace attack that did their bit in quite local conditions. Batting was sensible and got that first wicket they needed, and then they used the pace attack again, albeit against what we have to say was what looked like a very poor Pakistan team. They will need to improve this week to make it a competitive series.
Steady hand on the tiller, well, that's what Pakistan need. It might be Barber, he's 90% fit, but also perhaps some inspiration needed in the performance of Lords.
100%. You look at historic records here at Lords, maybe that's a place to start. City that we like in terms of our recent records of last 2 test matches at Lords, albeit 2016 and 18, long time ago, but Pakistan won those, and it was a nice moment when the Pakistan team was, especially Imam and Babar and those boys, were posing in front of Inzamam's portrait, and spoke to Imam earlier at the start of the day as well. So there's a lot that they can derive in terms of inspiration and motivation. However, somebody from within the group or leaders within the group will have to have some tough conversations and maybe just inspire the boys in terms of, we're better than this, definitely better than this, and we need to be slightly more disciplined, stick to our fundamentals and trust. And it is a new day. Park Headingley leads away. It is a new day, and there can be a lot that can go right for us.
Joe Root is excited by the bowling attack he has at his disposal. Are you?
In the conditions that they played at Headingley, the conditions that we saw the last test here at Lords, there were 24
4 LBWs bowled in the last men's test here against New Zealand, and they have a bowling attack that can capitalise on that by bowling full. They have this balanced attack as well, which I think they lacked in Australia. They were obsessed by pace. They left tongue out the first 2 test matches in Australia at the Gabba and Perth first up, which I find remarkable now because they were obsessed by pace. So you look at that last game when you needed a Headingley, a pitch-up bowler to bring the stumps into play right from ball 1. That's what Ollie Robinson provided. And then you go into second innings where you may need to drag your length back because that pitch was starting to get crap. Joffre provided that. And you look at all England's great bowling attacks, you go back to 2005, the key was having a balanced attack. Pitch up swing bowlers, hit the deck bowlers, reverse swing bowlers, and this is going in that direction. But the caveat is that this is a poor Pakistan side who played poorly in the last game. So you've got to go into this one almost hoping they improve, because I want to see this England line up just tested a bit more. I want to see a bit more from Pakistan. We talk about mercurial Pakistan. They're not mercurial anymore. What we saw at Leeds is where they're at. Barbara spoke in the press conference. We do fight back. They don't fight back anymore. We hype up Pakistan. India fixtures in the ICC is a great fixture. They're not great fixtures. They're very one-sided fixtures. Pakistan don't travel well. So they need something to galvanise, and that was such an un-Pakistan type performance last week. No pace, no wrist spin, no flair with the bat, no passion, and they got what they deserved, to be honest. So this week is hoping for Pakistan cricket to improve and show signs of improvement.
I listened to your excellent podcast about that, and your guest was talking about the mismanagement of players, etc., from Shaheen Shah and all the rest of it. Park that for now. What realistically can they do within the squad that they brought here to liven things up? I'm thinking, obviously, so Barber comes in, that's a good tick. Comes in as leader, great record as captain, great record over here. What can they do with the bowling?
Well, I mean, the only difference they can provide is a slight difference of pace. Now, obviously, you look at sort of 130 as an average, 125, 130 between Abbas, Muhammad Ali, and Param Shahzad. So it's very monotone pace attack, like what Nasser said, there was no diversity or versatility within that. So the only difference that they have on the bench is Ubaid Shah, young 20-year-old, youngest of Naseem Shah and his brothers, can hit 140. Maybe that is the difference of pace in terms of their bowling. That is the only other change they can make, or they can bolster sort of all-rounder in Amir Jamal. Again, there won't be any difference of pace, but that wow factor, if looking in comparison of what we have right now, and who played at Headingley can only be Ubaid Shah because that's the only one they have. And there's a part of me which almost feels like they should play him. It can't go worse than, or it shouldn't go worse than what they did at Leeds, in all honesty. And maybe the young kid can just hit his straps, and that difference of pace can provide a little bit of wow from Pakistan of this squad. It's again difficult in terms of seeing how this goes, but I would like for them to make that change.
In terms of what might happen here, obviously we've got to wait for the rain to stop and the ground starts to do their thing. It might brighten up. If the cloud cover remains, Root wins the toss and bowl, Robinson might have another field day.
Yeah, so England go into the game unchanged. That'll be the first time since over a year ago, the first 2 tests against India. So that's a reflection really of the results and the upheaval that they've had since then. But as you say, there's no reason why they would look to change that team. Four pace bowlers. When Ben Stokes retired, they had a decision to make how to balance the side, and I think what they felt was that in England at least they need 4 pace bowlers, so they've gone with Lawrence to balance that. Robinson gives them that slightly different type of bowler, somebody who bowls at fuller length, who's highly skillful, and he's got questions to answer still, because what we've seen from Robinson, he's played 2 test matches this summer. He's been player of the match in both, but the first test here against New Zealand and that first test against Pakistan. But previously, criticisms from the England management about his durability, longevity, ability to stay on the park for long periods. So that is still a question for him to answer, albeit it's been outstanding in the 2 test matches he's played. And then the kind of balance that Nasser mentioned, you've got the pace and straight lines of Atkinson and slightly unusual angle from Tong. Bowlers we bowl very well at left-handers, which is important. Tong we bowl very well at tail-enders. So you're starting to get the kind of attack that a captain can think, well, okay, I've got the tail in, I'll give Tong a blast, I've got a left-hander in, Archer's good at them. So the captain's got options in these conditions, and these look very typical English conditions. They will obviously have to rebalance when they go to India or Bangladesh, which is where they go this winter for 2 test matches.
A, how do you get spin in? B, who is that spinner? And in most conditions England play in, is your fourth seamer better than a spinner that you're not certain of at the moment? Bashir was unselectable last winter at times. So who is that? You've always got to plan ahead. You can always look and think what we're doing all right now, but you've got to plan ahead to, if you do get on the spin. That pitch at Headingley was fun. It's fun on day 2. 5 wickets fell for spinner. So I'm looking ahead. You know, is it Bashir? And if it is Bashir, who's the all-rounder that comes in at 6? And then who misses out as the batter? You know, if George Cox played well, Lawrence has played well. What do you do there? So always you're playing the side you're in, and that's Root's job now. But Fleming, Key, Marcus North have to sit there and think the next step for this side is when it spins, what does Ari left? That's not a discussion for now or next week at Edgbaston maybe or South Africa, but it is a discussion that you need to be having in the background.
But Josh Tubman, back in the day, Pakistan did not have a problem getting rid of the tail. Because it was Wakar was in, it was Rushy or Sakle, job done, thanks very much. That has not been the case for England of late, but we've told, and this is no criticism of him, he likes a bit of rabbit pie, as Ben Stokes said, and he blows away the tail, the lower order.
It's a great feature to have. I mean, like you're saying, Pakistan never had that problem. And England have found a quick bowler with an uncanny action who likes hitting the stumps. And that is why he can bring so many dismissals in play with obviously the lower middle order with not the strongest with the bat. But again, what he did at Headingley against Pakistan, there were some good middle order batters that he cleaned up, i.e. Salman, Mohammad Usman is in there as well. So it's not like just the tail, but there's a lot that he can provide to this already very good looking 4-prong attack in terms of pace and just constantly wanting to hit the stumps.
Sorry, I was just checking my notes for the toss, just in case it happened before. Apologies.
Joe Root, it could be Salman Aliaga, because that completely stuffed us at Headingley, didn't it? About Joe, his overall performance as captain at Headingley, I mean, the grown-up in the room as you described him, when he took over from Ben Stokes at the Oval, there was some very young Joe Root-like fields. I was standing next to Chris Wokes, I'm going, you can give me 1,000 goes to do England Test captain in it. I'd never come up with Joe Root. What you saw out of the window in terms of his captaincy in the field, albeit they were on top, what did you see?
I think it's a good point you make about the contrast from the Oval. I always wondered who would take over from Ben Stokes, and it is difficult taking over from an extremely charismatic leader like Stokes. And we didn't imagine it would be Root. It is Root because of all the off-field stuff that's gone on. But I think he felt the pressure at the Oval. He was dealt a bad hand, first of all. You know, lots of changes, 5 changes, I think, from the previous team. Debutants coming in, dealt a bad hand, but I think he probably felt pressure to be a little funky, to show that it wasn't the Joe Root from 4 years ago, if you like. Now, the irony was that the Oval pitch didn't need that. The Oval pitch was quite bouncy, there was quite a bit of lateral movement, and it just needed some fairly orthodox captaincy, actually. There's nothing wrong sometimes with orthodox captaincy. It doesn't mean it's boring. If your catches are to go between keeper and gully, get your slips in, that's sensible, smart captaincy. And actually that's what we saw at Headingley game. Again, helpful conditions, fast bowlers on top. Headingley traditionally, most of the catches come in the arc between the keeper and the gully. And Root just kept it pretty simple, really. He set pretty good field, he put the catches where the edges were likely to go, and he kept it simple. And Josh Tongue, actually, I was listening to Josh in his press conference yesterday, and he was asked about the difference between Root and Stokes. He said he didn't really say very much. in that sense, but he said at Headingley, Joe kept it simple. He said, I quite liked having him at mid-off, and he kept things simple. He just asked me to hit the top of off stump, we got the catches in, and that's how he liked it. So, you know, it was a fairly straightforward game in terms of his captaincy in the field, because he didn't have to think out of the box too much. Although there were a couple of catches that went, one to leg slip, one to Dan Lawrence at deepish backward square, where he just moved the fielders. So things were kind of going for him. Got runs himself, which is important. We saw that in the first 4 years that he did the job, that the captaincy didn't really affect his batting too much. I think he averaged about 47 as captain in that 4-year period. But he got runs, so everything went right for him, really, until it was to think of something that didn't go right.
So the game ended and we found out about what happened after. Talk about that catch to Lawrence, you picked up on that. Was that just an Essex fielder in the wrong place? And the Essex fielder
I've just been a bit out of position. I've not spoken to Dan about it. Maybe the smartness of Surrey, actually, now that he's moved there, he went 5 yards deeper, but I thought Joe had an excellent game. Superb game. It's nice to have him back in charge, as Adam said. Nice to have a sensible grown-up in the room. The press conference he did this week was just outstanding, superb. He will be tested further down the line, and his energy, because if you're dealing with stuff off the field as well, as you often are with England captains, it's not just the on-field, it's all the other stuff, the selection and everything that goes on with English cricket as the England cricket test match captain ends up at your door. So we've got to make sure that we keep Joe around for as long as possible. And I think there was something that came out of the dressing room that the next couple of years while I'm still around here, and that sort of hits you. You can only have Joe for another 2 years. That game at Headingley, we may never see Joe Root back at his home ground in a test match again. So I want to keep Joe Root for as long as possible. To do that is by easing the pressure, making sure other people do their jobs off the field, making sure your own team do their jobs off the field. Joe Root carries on playing for as long as possible, because you'll only realise what a legend he is when he's not there at 20 for 2 again, as he has been throughout his career. But hopefully that's a long way out.
It may not be a long-term thing. You don't know. You can't kind of project a long way into the future. But right here, right now, at this moment in time, he's the right man for now. Clearly, that seems to me to be obvious. Without saying that, you know, the second stint as captain is going to be a huge success and he's going to be in the job for another 2 or 3 years, who knows? But right now, he's the right man to just bring a bit of calmness and stability.
Test match captain with a lot on his plate. Where have we seen that before in certain parts of the room? Well, Bridge, you're right. Anyway, moving on. Jordan Cox was batting free for the first time. Played well, scored runs. We'll speak no more.
Jordan, an outstanding start to the series last week, and some time to think about it as well. How do you reflect on going 1-0 up?
It was an incredible fixture, wasn't it? Started incredibly well, you know, especially with the ball. Those fast bowlers, let's just say we're lucky we don't have to face them every week. Yeah, they put an absolute clinic, didn't they? We needed to get just one big score, you know, just get a big score as a team and then try and win that again. So that was obviously the goal when we won the toss, and it happened perfectly.
You mentioned the advantage of not having to face them, but you do face them in the nets quite regularly. That must be a good thing, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's also when you get out, you don't have to walk, you know, past everyone. And but no, to face them in the nets is awesome. You know, what do people say? When people say prep like you would play in a game, but sometimes that's even harder in the game. So you know, prep as hard as possible, and the game should be a bit easier. But it's obviously not that way around. The mindset side of it, but it's definitely, you know, facing Jofra, tongue in the net. You know, you're only going to get better.
And runs for you early in the series and early in your test career, that must give you a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it has. I was devastated to get out. You know, I was saying to myself, this could be your only shot. Like, come on, make sure this counts, because exactly what I do in county cricket. Once I get past 50, it's like, okay, put your head down now. This is the hardest, you know, 50 runs. You know, really work hard for it. And I felt like I was trying to do that, and then that ball, unfortunately, hit my pad, and I hit the ball at the same time, and I didn't feel anything. So I was like to Joe, was I giving out there? He was like, yeah. I was like, okay, I'll go upstairs. You know, I've never done it before. Yeah, it was good fun.
And you spent a lot of time with Joe Joe in the middle. How is that batting with one of the greatest that's ever played again?
It's hard to put to words on how Joe is. People say he's so calm, composed, and for me personally, when I was playing at S16, Elgar signed the same year as me, and just the calmness that they both have, has really helped my game. And to bat with Joe, my goal was to try and bat longer than Joe, knowing Joe's gonna, always get a really nice score. It's like, hey, keep trying to get, keep going, past Joe, keep trying to play as many balls as possible. But that was my goal, and I failed. So next time, let's try to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the more time you spend around Joe, obviously the more you get to value how much he values playing for England. And with the success in the first game, there has been some attention off the field as well. For you, Jordan, what does it mean to play cricket for England, both on and off the field?
Yeah, it's a boyhood dream, isn't it? To play, to put on that 3 lines, to walk out in any format is an absolute dream. It's what I started playing at Kent when I was 10 years of age. It's something you always want to do. It was always like, I remember doing 12s in the England dressing room, picked my first series and didn't have a baggy blue, and I was like, oh my god, looking around and going, this is incredible, absolutely incredible, thinking, I'm gonna field. I remember I got, not a warning, but I remember I fielded with my training cap on because I just didn't want to put on the actual cap yet. I was like, I hadn't reserved to put this on yet. It means everything.
Moving forward to today, it looks as if we won't get started that soon, but change of ground, change of conditions, always a lot of distractions at this historic round, opportunity to get your name on the board. What is the focus this week for you?
To win the series. To win the series is I think everyone's goal up in that dressing room. Foot on the throat type of stuff. Make sure it's a 2-0 in the series. Obviously, there's people who want to get on that board, but that naturally happens with good team performance.
Jordan, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Well, Jordan was speaking with Owen a little earlier when the covers were on. They are still on. It's a bit brighter, but it is raining here. The ground staff are once again being proactive, sweeping the water off the covers and down the drains, but we have a delayed toss, therefore a delayed start. But it is getting a little bit brighter, but rain is still falling. Bruce, I want to ask you something from the outside, because Jordan Cox's preference would be to bat in the middle order. Problem is, you've got Root and Brook there. But if you look at Australia historically, their best player bats at 3, so that'd be Constable. South Africa with Callis at 3. Root likes 4. But given with the likes of Jordan Cox coming in, do you think Root should bat 3 and Brook could bat 4, and then the youngster, the guy that's hardly got any experience, will slot into a more comfortable position?
Well, I think Joe Root would probably be able to know best in terms of what he would like. Like Nas said, he's not going to be around for very long, and just like he's got all the fundamentals and the skill and the brain to perform brilliantly anywhere. Whether it's about what he feels, the rest of them feel comfortable with it, and he slots himself, or whether it's the other way around, where he slots himself and then he puts where he thinks the rest of them fit well. But I think at the moment, him batting where he is, he's doing a fantastic job with churning out numbers. Whether that changes from in terms of conditions change or depending on form around him, at the moment it looks like it's all going well.
What do you like about Jordan Cox? And how important is it that he keeps his keeping up to scratch? Obviously, he's working pretty hard at his keeping over the last few days.
Well, there's fascinating aspects to that. First of all, it's great that he's got his opportunity. He's had some bad luck along the way. He could have played against New Zealand a couple of weeks ago. He was in line to play and then broke his thumb. And that allowed Jacob Beckel to come in. So the game works in mysterious ways sometimes, but he got his opportunity at the Oval because Beckel's injured now. So once you get your chance, it is in your hands, and that's what he will feel. I mean, I don't think he's a long-term number 3, but I do think he's got ability. Very able player, very exciting player. He's got a bit of presence at the crease, which I like. He likes to put back to ball, but listening to him talk going more than that, about pride of my wing.
Thought that'd be a bit of rain about today.
But also that desire to back time as well, not just bring his undoubted and a whiteboard skills and approach.
Apparently it's not working.
Players need to be able to
We should be alright, bye.
formats. be adaptable.
That's often.
I think long
Or
term,
maybe
for more
even
middle order
early
players,
on.
the point you make about his keeping is a good one, because if there was a downer to that performance at Headingley, it's only one game and one innings. It's not one game and one innings in that Jamie Smith's been struggling for a while, but if you just focus on that innings, it was a curiously downbeat performance with the bat from Jamie Smith, for a player who was picked to bat explosively with the tail. He really didn't, and he looked a bit like a player under a bit of scrutiny and pressure. Now, he's the keeper at the moment, you know, he's in situ, he has the chance to put that right, but if these struggles with the bat continue, and Cox does well, and his keeping's up to scratch, then it provides options and alternatives.
In terms of comparison of keeping is, if you just go by Jamie Smith and Jordan Cox, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Jordan Cox keeping, but
I think Jamie Smith, because his keeping was good at Headingley, and his keeping generally, although in the Ashes he had that bad game at Brisbane, but generally he's kept well. He's not Ben Foakes, but he's pretty solid for the same keeper. But you do need to have options. You know, they talk all the time about depth charts, you know, ECB selectors, England selectors. And, you know, it's who's in the team now, but what have we got behind them in case there's a loss of form or an injury or a need to change the balance of the side. So the more keeper batters they have around, the better.
Sure, Pakistan took many learnings from the first test at Headingley. What would they have learned about bowling it down at Warren?
Well, what every single first-class bowler has worked out over the last half a dozen years or so, that if you bowl anything straight, you're there, or through mid-wicket. He is very strong through mid-on, mid-wicket. He shuffles across his stumps. He's got a very strong bottom hand grip, and you have to hold the line. Now, early on, like any batter, you'll target off stump, but after that, once he gets in, you cannot bowl there to any batter, let alone Dan Lawrence. So you see the amount of runs he gets on the leg side. Nothing wrong with that. Some batters are offside dominant, some batters are leg side dominant. He scores at a really good tempo, but that's the sort of line you need to be bowling at. I looked at his wagon wheel. I think he got like 60, there you go, 60% between square leg and mid-on, and 16% and nothing through mid-off at all. So you can imagine better bowling attacks. An Australian attack will come in and say, right, we're going to bowl fourth, fifth stump line. A little bit like England in the end did to Steve Smith. I'm not saying he's Steve Smith, but what he shuffles across like Steve Smith. And you speak to Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson, when they saw that immediately, they went, it's got to be an LBW captain. We've got to bowl straight. When in fact what sides ended up doing was going fifth stump and moving with him. So that's what Pakistan need to do. Maybe not here, because like I say, 24 wickets in that last test match here against New Zealand were hitting the stumps by bowling length and bringing in the stumps into play. So maybe here you will do that if it's the same sort of pitch, but eventually you've just got to hold the line and make him come to you.
It's very interesting, isn't it? Because they're going to be under scrutiny here. That's right about that. The Lord's pitch was marked as unsatisfactory. It was given a demerit point. There's 24 LBWs and bowls. There was too much up and down batsmen. Lateral movement is one thing, and you'll get that in English conditions, particularly when the overheads are like that. But up and down bats becomes very tricky to contend with. And so, yeah, there'll be a bit of scrutiny over the 22 yards. I had a look at it yesterday. It actually looks different, I would say, to the pitch from the New Zealand game, which had kind of slightly thick, patchy grass. This one looks a much more even covering of grass, so fingers crossed for a better balance between bat and bowl.
Are you aware if they put it in the sauna again, or?
I'm not so sure they'll be doing exactly the same preparation with this one as the last one, because the last one wasn't great.
Wasn't a great few days for Salman Ali Agha up at Henry. I'm sure he's very happy to have more captaincy back to Barber. He cut a frustrated figure out in the field. Body language is one thing, it's very easy to say, sometimes quite hard to do, to keep it positive when you know things are not going your way. But it didn't go his way, it didn't go Pakistan's way. They were incredibly sloppy, and he showed his frustrations.
yeah, and it's difficult because the execution wasn't in his hands per se. I mean, the only smile you got out of him was when he asked that question about captains. He's like, well, I'm going to gladly hand it over. And I mean, it got, again, difficult difficult for a captain who doesn't bowl. He can only sort of reinforce and tell the boys where to bowl. And yes, maybe we dropped that catch, which could have been slightly more different in terms of the game. It was Harry Brook. He was only on one at the point, and he went on to score big runs, or at least got together in a big partnership of 150, and then provided stability again. But barring that, I mean, Pakistan were just off them. I mean, not disciplined enough. Didn't get the fundamentals right. There was never really a period of pressure that they could apply, let alone do it for the constant length of time of the test match. So it's a frustrating position to be in, when obviously the stand-in captain's been brought in, and you never know with Pakistan, he might not be injured. So that is a harsh reality of where this was. But that is one thing I would not like from Pakistan, is to go completely sort of in terms of changes, because that's just doesn't fix anything. So you got to stick to what you thought was going to do well in the first place and hope for it to do better, as opposed to chopping and changing and leaving out the best you have to replace them for probably not the best you have.
And that's Pakistan cricket for you. You turn up one minute, someone's coach and doing a good job, Jason Gillespie, or the next minute he's gone. You turn up one game, the captain's there. Next game, not only is he not captain, but he's not playing. I'm not sure if he will, whether he'll play or not, but so much chopping and changing. And what that achieves goes back to us in the 80s and 90s against Australia or whatever. What it achieves is people just start looking after themselves. I mean, Rizwan at the end.
So that was what
Rizwan at the end there, batting with a number 9. First ball, I'll take a single here. I'm not saying he's looking after himself, but it clouds your judgment that you're not making good cricketing decisions because you've been through so much where there's so much change. You feel you've been let down. You feel that they've not backed you. And what the natural reaction to that is, I'll just look after myself. I'll get my level 30 and 40. I'll stay in the side. And that's the worst place you want a side to be, where people just start looking after themselves, not see the bigger picture, not look after each other. But that's what happens if you change the coach and the captain, change your opening combination, you change your bowling attack, you don't look after people, then you lead to a culture like, I'm all right, Jack, and I'll just try and survive in the team. And someone has to grab hold of it, whether it's Barber this week, leadership as well. You know, we've doing that, we've spoken to Imran's lads, and we've been talking about Imran all week. We spoke about it on the podcast. What a leader he was, by passion and energy. Misbah, who won a test match here with doing press-ups at the end there, he was a different captain. He was a calm captain. Whichever way that leadership has to be, choose one, calm or passion, but show some leadership. You got your toss off. I have, but it's not.
We've got a very calm captain. It's very hacked off captain.
hiding 5 or 6.
Most alarming feature of that performance. You know, if you
We've got a very calm captain, just very hacked off captain.
You haven't got Wazim Akram or Waka Yunus. There's not much you can do about that.
Well, you can't say you didn't want him.
Exactly.
standards of
If you're playing for England, this is what I expect of you, on and off the field, blah blah blah.
kind of basics of the game. You can't whistle out.
Stokes. There was always a bit too much rebelling in him, wasn't there, really?
Salman Ali Aga put down.
But I think that's what,
There were 200
at the end, he's just sick of people telling him what to do.
30 or something, right in the game at that point. And of
Yeah.
course, by the end of the test match,
But then for him to still be causing problems, even when he's not the bloody captain, it's really annoying.
catch been taken, you don't know what would have happened then. Pakistan were in the game. So there are always moments in a test match that you can look back and say, what if? That's the catch there. And catches, misfields, lack of athleticism, hiding players, as you said, that is the fundamentals, the basics of the game. And that is a worrying sign of a test match team is feeling like that.
Like for a new fielding coach or something, or applications have gone in for a new fielding coach.
I think this actually provides a great opportunity for Babar. Reinstated back as captain, he's probably got the best away record. He likes batting here, and maybe he can be the difference, point the difference. Yes, we always need Babar as the batter, but maybe he can do second time coming into his captaincy, and he can, like what we've been discussing, and I'm glad other people are saying it as well. Like I've probably repeated to you 10 times already, but just like, you know, we can he said at the press conference, we come back better. So maybe he alone can be the point of difference, and this could be the opportunity
first test, but it did here at Lord's in 2016.
So warm welcome, a sunny welcome to Lord's. It's day one of this first Investec Test match between England and Pakistan.
Feels like the start of the international summer in some ways. The hope and expectation is Pakistan will offer a much sterner test to England.
Pakistan won the toss and are going to be batting first.
They're a really good side, so it's going to be a really good battle. We've got to write about this first hour and hopefully we get stuck into the Pakistan battle.
Taken by Bairstow. In the air, should be taken by Bairstow. He gets round, is taken by Bairstow. Well, that's got to be very, very close. I don't think it is out. He's given.
Thing about Cook is you never saw anyone taking the piss out of him when he was captain and going out and humiliating everybody.
Come across as a star that's just as someone who dominates the attack. He's out there in his own perimeter, works his way around the bowling attack.
That's a good shot. It's very, very nicely played. Sweetly timed and beautifully placed.
It's classic Lisbon, lots of drops and careful play. 99, that shot. The goalkeeper could hold them down. Lisbon goes through to his 10th Test match century, 42 years young.
Absolutely fantastic. Remarkable man, remarkable player.
It is always satisfying scoring 100 here against England, especially at Lord's.
It's the kind of score that should ensure you're competitive in the game, that you're in the game. Here comes Alistair Cook and Alex Hales. It'll be a big challenge for these two.
You get runs, 4 of them. Finds the gap. Beautifully done.
Give those Cook all day long. Absolutely loves it there. Smash to the fence by Alistair Cook. Takes him to 50. It's his second quickest in tests. Big moment this. Yasir Shah, the leg break bowler. Pakistan just have a 4-man attack, so he's going to have to do a fair bit of bowling.
Oh, closes it. And given, yes. Good appeal and given. Beautifully bowled. Bowls in with a beautiful delivery.
This has made it even worse now that the deal's been agreed in principle. You try explaining principle to Charlie.
Playing his first game away from the subcontinent, just using
I
his
said,
drift
well,
and
yes,
his
but
fire
things
and
can
his
still
change
go
of
wrong.
pace to bamboozle England really more brilliantly.
England 272, so nice healthy lead there for Pakistan of 6 to 7 runs. That's a nice shot. That's a beautiful shot. So well timed. Shot.
It's good timing. Excellent shot straight down the ground for Paul. For Nick and gone. Cook. Good catch, slow down. Chris Woke strikes. Oh, bowling, what a delivery that was.
Angle to Nimax for Chris Wokes. Twists and turn this game. Edged and gone. That's the end of the innings. Pakistan have bowled out for 215. 3 days and a couple of overs, and we are in for a treat, I think. Promises to be a terrific day's Test match cricket. 293 to win it, but bites of time. England need a good start. They need a foundation. Runs immediately. Short and gets put away.
Driven to the fence. England playing positively.
Punished. 4 more.
Lovely shot.
Well, it was taking, 12 overs of scene before Kaiser Shah had been introduced. He was the man who wrecked the first innings. Let's see what he can do in the second innings.
Bowling round it stops. Magic from Yasser. And he's gone. That's an awful shot. That really is pedestrian from Moeen Ali. Over him. Pakistan give notice. They are a test team. What up in the series?
Well, no, now got a good one. I don't know about the rest of England. Batsmen anxious to dot the I's and cross the T's on that test match victory. Pakistan winning by 75 runs. The star really good of all, Yasir Shah. Leg spin, mid-switch spin, something we're so accustomed to in Pakistan cricket. Even Mo would admit that that was a bad shot. Part of your duty as a test cricketer perhaps is to inspire the next generation. Hopefully that can happen over the next few days. We're going to have an inspection here for this test match at 10 past 11. So the toss is obviously delayed, start of play delayed, inspection at 10 past. But to inspire and reach the next generation, that sort of did, didn't it, that victory in 2016?
It does, it reignites something, right? Like, I mean, you watch moments of absolute brilliance away from home here at this very venue, and just the way the whole thing panned out with them having gone to an army boot camp, quite rigid from 114 from missed by that first innings, and then he did press ups as well after his innings, and then Yasir Shah with the 10th for in the game. But the quality of the players, and I mean, just we were discussing while we were watching that who were the batters and who were the quality of the bowlers. A couple of left armers and Wahab and Amir and Yasir, and then quality of the batting, and then for then Yunus Khan to almost orchestrate that team press up at Lords. It was all brilliant, and again, like you're saying, if that doesn't inspire or sort of ignite that fire from within, and if Pakistan can just do good things for long periods of time, it should bring them back in the contest.
Pakistan cricket, isn't it? Someone like a Yasir Shah to all of a sudden come up with a bit of mystery, a bit of magic, a spark, just a passion.
Great batting lineup. Yunus Khan, we don't talk about Yunus Khan enough. What a great player he was. Left arm quicks, bit of wrist spin. That's what's been lacking for a while. Maybe the inspiration of some great photos. Talking about another great
recording this game.
In the long room there's his portrait, and nearly every Pakistan cricketer this time round has been stood in front of that portrait having their picture done. So you've got to try and, when we played here, sometimes sides did come here and get hugely inspired by playing at Lords. You don't get that much of an opportunity. Let's make the most of it. Whereas we saw it sometimes almost like the Augusta National, where it has all its rules and it's working against us, and it's a unique ground. Other sides got inspired, and that's maybe what Pakistan and Barber in that dressing room now, that's what he should be saying. This is where we're playing. Probably dreamt as a boy growing up to play at this ground, and now we're going to do it for Pakistan.
Well, that was 2016. As you can see from the pictures behind me, much more encouraging views ahead of this test match. We're going to have an inspection at 10 past the hour, so we've still got a bit of time because the toss is delayed. But we'll get an insight from Pakistan's captain, Gulnam, spoke with Rouge at the Glen.
Pakistan opener alongside Imam Ullah.
He's in Great Yarmouth.
I think it only makes
4
sense
days.
for us to start on the wonderful memories Pakistan have in this city and been critically at this venue. You guys must look to inspire some sort of confidence from that those historic moments.
I guess, the perfect start you have just, told me, the thing is really important when you play, it's all about the memories. And whenever we came here, we played, I memory personal, it was the 2019 World Cup, 2018 Test match, my first ever Test match over here, and we won that. So obviously, things are not going right, and you play at that ground where you have good memories, so it's very nice, and the group also feeling that. So, and I guess we are lucky enough that, we have back at Lords, so, looking forward to this.
No better place to do it, right, in terms of as the home of cricket. But just come to what you said. Obviously, tough after headingly, and it's not easy. And as soaring sides, it's always difficult to come to the pitch.
He left Tamworth at midnight
Or the fundamentals that you touched on in terms of showing up better.
and arrived in Great Yarmouth
When
at
the
5 o'clock in the morning.
it's always tough, and this is how I think it's always.
There was going to be parked outside Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach
Take the mental side of the game.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
We lost the match, but we had a great meeting. We had a great chat as a group, and we touched on a very good points as well. How we have to go about to this game and for the next matches as well. And we had some tough meetings as well, and that was needed, I guess, for the group. And yeah, the group feelings are very good, very high, and they are, to be honest, at this stage, it's just how to back each other, and especially I believe that we are we are coming from the West Indies. I think we are very well prepared. It's just about the mental side, how each and every player goes mentally there, and how he copes with pressure. And it's just that we know as a group that when we are like thrown to the bus and then we come back very strongly. So we're looking for that as well.
Now, in terms of personal performances, in terms of your batting and then being a senior member of that leadership group and the batting group, what are you looking to personally achieve and do better here at Lords?
To be honest, it's been 7, 8 years that I'm playing cricket, and obviously, yeah, I've been out on and off from the side as well. But it really helps me when I play first class cricket more and more. I really want to improve more, and I really want to score some big runs. There's like most from the last 3 to 4 matches. There are more 40s and 50s, but there was no like some major performances that if I touched on the first inning shot that I was not happy, but it's just that I have to control those shots, and I have to be like sometimes when you come at this kind of in the England, and especially where the ball moves, so you have to be a little more patient. And sometimes Kookaburra gives you after 40, 50, you think that you are set and you can play those shots, but here you have to be very extra careful. So I'm thinking about those things as well, and I've talked to my coach as well. So hopefully when I get to that part of my innings, so I'll be more careful.
Well, lastly, wonderful moments of all of the Pakistan squad posing in front of your uncle's photograph in the Mamulak, the legend that Pakistan has, and on global stage. So must have given you a little bit of a lighter note and something once again to look forward to.
Yeah, look, he was a match winner with Pakistan, and it's a great picture, by the way. And I was feeling awkward a little bit, you just have to post in front of that picture. But it's really nice, and whenever I really get a motivation, because I really want to be. I cannot, but it's just that the skill he had, I don't think so I have, but I want to be in that part of the world where I can win matches for Pakistan, because he was famous for this. And yeah, as a group, we were very lucky enough, and we were very happy that one of the Pakistan legend was in the main picture of the Lord, so it was good.
Now, thank you very much for your time and go well for the rest of the week.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, he's played 30 test matches now. He's been around a while. Where would you say he's at in his career in his cricket?
I think he's very good when it comes to flatter tracks, because if you dissect his test career, his average, particularly at Rawalpindi, which is also his home ground, and Pakistan State
What are we doing
a
today?
lot of cricket on flatter tracks in that part. His average is skyrocketing north of 65. If you look at anywhere else, it is below 30, and his career average is around about 34. But he's been there a long time. He touches on that, and he goes back to domestic cricket, and he's almost become solitary red ball player for Pakistan, and he does belong to that senior batting group and has to own up to responsibility. A couple of things I really liked from that was the fact that he said we had some tough one decisions. Now that is great coming out of the Pakistan camp in terms of what needs to be done better. So I think he holds himself responsible along with everyone else, and just hopefully that him in his picture in front of Inzamam, who he did say was a match winner. That's exactly what Pakistan might be missing at the moment in terms of match winners through the ranks, and he could emerge as one of them.
Portraits are in the news and in the Times of London.
Well, it's a great day yesterday. Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson, their portrait, joint portrait actually, was unveiled at 5 o'clock. Great honour for those two, and fully deserved, obviously. 350 tests and 1,300 odd wickets, test wickets between them, two of the greatest bowlers that England have produced. I wrote a little something about Harold Lowell and the oversight there, but that's a different matter. But well done to Stuart and Jimmy. It was quite. A lot of the artwork in the long room and the Lord's Pavilion is wonderful, and they've got nice little touches there. Stuart is in his dad's England sweater, Jimmy's in his modern sweater. I think both of them had said to the artist they wanted. You don't tell the artist how to portray you, as Michael Vaughan knows, but what they did say is they wanted a portrait that would stand the test of time. No sponsors on the sweaters, and I think that's why Stuart went with the traditional cable knit sweater, his dad's sweater, and Jimmy was in the
It's better than Salman Ali Ahmed. That's inside the cricket world. Outside, the most scrutinised 22 yards of turf in the world. It's our first little look at it. It looks, from a distance at least, with a tinge of green.
Well, the eye wasn't great at reading pictures, as everyone knows, when the beak was right over it, looking down from all this distance away. Who knows? I just hope. I don't think they can. Any other ground, you would say, I hope they don't go the other way making an absolute road after what happened last time. I'm just not sure they can make this an absolute road, especially with the overnight rain and the covers being on. It feels like a bomb first morning. And I actually, though, we just had that interview there with Imam. I think that was a hugely disappointing was their batting performance. When you look at their side, I looked at their bowling attack and just having the 4 bowlers they used, nothing surprised me about that. I knew England were going to get runs. But 4 of their top 5 had played at Headingley. Their batting lineup is their strongest suit. It's a more experienced suit. And it will be tested here at Lord's, looking at these conditions and what we know from this Lord's pitch. So if you're asking me, you can rejig the bowlers, but who you really want to stand up is that upstart batting.
Going to cut that. You can see what he's doing now. He's kind of brushing it up, and the mower is going to get on that. So it's going to, when Nasser Peak eventually gets over that pitch for the toss, I think it's going to look a little less green than it does now. And as I said to you earlier, the grass does look less coarse and patchy than it did in that New Zealand test match. It looks kind of, as I imagine or remember Lord's pitches to look like, the grass looks slightly finer and more consistent.
Right, well, an inspection at 11:10. We will see what the weather gods have in store for us. Now, moving away from this specific test match, Imran Khan, the former captain and Prime Minister of Pakistan, is being held in prison in Rawalpindi. His family are extremely concerned for his well-being. Atlas spoke to his 2 sons yesterday.
Right now, it's worse than ever.
That's what would end up happening
So right now,
when he's playing cricket.
really crucial for us that he gets proper treatment. When he was seen by them get an eye patch on from the eye situation, he seems visibly stressed.
Did he not play cricket?
And that is something very hard
Oh,
for us to
listen.
imagine.
Imran Khan play cricket,
Yeah.
obviously.
God, he did.
Now he's Prime Minister. Now he's in prison.
Oh yeah, there was some talk of him being doing drugs.
Oh yes. He's going to bloody prison.
Some of that fraud or something.
He was the calmest person there, including the robbers or anyone like that. So to hear him stressed, anxious, or disturbed is a very, very difficult thing.
Well, the full interview with the brothers will be shown at lunchtime. You did that interview. What was your takeaway from what the boys said?
We'll see it's about a 15-minute interview which will show at lunchtime. Obviously they're extremely concerned about their father, who's been held now in jail, as you say, for over 3 years, and a few days ago was taken for a medical assessment. The Supreme Court demanded to take him for an independent medical assessment, but he went to a government institute, and there are some concerns about his health. There have been concerns about his health for some time now, the sight in his right eye, I think it is, but also other concerns. And yeah, we'll hear the boys at lunchtime today.
You and 21 other captains have put your name to a letter.
Yeah, well, Greg Chappell organised that. 14 of us sent a letter in February, just to reiterate that it's very important to stress that it's a humanitarian plea, really, rather than getting involved in the politics of Pakistan, but it's a humanitarian plea on behalf of Imran Khan that he gets the requisite medical attention help there, and we reiterated that request in a letter that was signed by 21 former captains.
Please heard me. That's a good signing, isn't it? At Lord's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Has delayed things. We have an inspection though at 11:10. Things are looking more encouraging. It was encouraging for England on the field in the first test at Headingley. A few bumps in the road in between that first test and this second test.
Bryson Carson is playing with Ben Stokes at Durham today in the county championship.
They'll probably go on the pitch tonight and get a pint.
Are you gonna let that go?
No. All Ben does is get other cricketers in trouble.
Also, Ben was with Cass
Yes.
in Derby.
Yes. Of course he was.
But Ben didn't do it, it was Cass before the behaviour.
If he hadn't encouraged him to go out, it wouldn't have happened.
You're saying, hey Ben, or hey Cass, let's go out and get drunk, shall we, in Derby?
Yeah. Because it doesn't
You
affect...
can't justify what Cass said because of Ben.
He wouldn't have gone if he went for Ben. Ben's
my
always,
words.
he's always bloody involved.
He's an instigator.
No, it's not.
Yes, he is, because then it doesn't matter to Ben Stokes anymore because he's not included.
So tell me, did Ben get himself arrested in Zarabane?
Ben has
Oh,
been.
no.
He has been arrested
Yeah.
previously.
For when? Maybe by 10 pounds, we'll have a task to do.
Our most adaptive mattress ever. All from NASA technology. Ian's ultra-sensitive cells. Get more pressure for ultimate comfort and support. Temper Pro, available with smart cool technology. Temper, the future of sleep is here.
It's okay. We're with the AA.
With more dedicated patrols than everyone else put together.
We've got you, Pinky.
Hoping to rescue you fast. With each delicious cup of Nescafe Gold Blend, you can enjoy its rich aroma and smooth taste. And with every sip, you join millions of others choosing high-quality coffee that's grown with care and expertly roasted and blended. Expect more from every cup. Nescafe Gold Blend. Now enjoy more great tasting cups with the new XL Refill Pack.
Here's a lesson. Where can you get 5 school lunches for under £4.50? Aldi, obviously. Vitality rewards you for getting active, with up to 2 months cashback on your premiums. Vitality, your health's best friend. Breaking news, Roberto is the top target now of interest in his Sunday football is off. Explore his options. The second split. Rejected. Should be a British record transfer fee.
Sponsors of England's summer of international cricket holiday.
I can't force the guy over the line. In principle means yes, it's likely to sign, but it's not a given that he'll sign. He can still refuse.
No, because that's why he's been.
In
He
principle,
said he said he was a big fan of Liverpool. We need a right winger.
you should have treated your right winger better than anyone left.
Well, he's been there for God knows how many years.
Yeah, if you treat Mo Salah
10
left,
years.
if they'd have treated him better,
10 years.
so
It's no longer than anybody else has been in the club, look.
yeah, and he's probably done more for that club than anybody else.
I think it's so exciting what he can bring. You promised returning much to me. I think it's a completely different set of circumstances and very much looking forward.
A brilliant thing. No. What the hell's this? No. Well, put to bed everything that's happened and take the positives from it and move into the next phase of it.
I was waiting for it.
What are you going to do, Mike? We're going to go first. Feel there's going to be some good overs to work with throughout the day. Hopefully our lads going to score that.
England's post-Bazball era starts here at Headingley.
The way Brendan and Ben brought the best out of group of players, changed the way we look at the game in this country, played in some of the most exciting games of cricket I've ever been involved in, changed my outlook on the game personally. So there's a huge amount to celebrate there and to work with. It's just about evolving it, understanding the certain ebbs and flows of the game, and can we be skillful enough to understand what each situation requires and respond well to that, and let our skill bring us to the right side of the result when required.
I was going to say he'll take that ball home with him, but Josh Tunn's got a chance to have fun for Josh Tunn. They are actually discussing who gets the ball. And it's going to hold out. First time in 20 years that two bowlers have shared 10 wickets with 5 for each.
We're in a great position now. Obviously, might do a bit more at 11 o'clock tomorrow. We're not seeing the forecast for tomorrow.
It's horrible. We're underway. And he works it round the corner for his first Test match 50. All of Root goes up. That looks a bad angle. Oh no, no.
It's about showing that.
15 for Lawrence. Did you go to bed last night thinking of the 91 runs you got or the 9 you didn't? Definitely the 9 I didn't.
We have much better conditions in Leeds for day 3 of this first test. This is exactly where England would want to be.
Somehow Pakistan have to get up past 400.
Everything that Joe Root has touched this week is turning into goal. He's taking catch himself at leg slip, having just moved into the position, and there's just a moment to go. Put Lawrence in a quite unusual position behind the square on the leg side, and lo and behold,
It's all over. Flawless performance in the field on what has been a comprehensive victory here in the first test against Pakistan.
Well, a very convincing performance from England in that first test. We'll have to get underway as soon as possible in this second test here at Lord's. I've been inspection at 11:10. We've had overnight rain and rain this morning. Rory and Morgs are alongside me, so all things went well for Joe Root on the field up at Headingley. We all know the reasons why he was brought back as captain as well. Since that first test match, though, England again off the field have been a bit of a bump in the road, and Joe is not happy.
If I'm being brutally honest, I'm really happy. I'm really disappointed. And after last week's performance, we're sat here and we're talking about something nothing related to it at all. And in terms of the incident itself, it's on obviously with the regulator. There's not a lot I can say on it. It's in their hands now. I've spoken to Bryden. You know, when I first found out, my first concern was him as a person, as someone I spent a lot of time with, been involved in this dressing room. You obviously develop personal relationships with players. And I don't think I'm speaking out of turn by saying he's very upset, been very apologetic, and understands his actions. And I'm sure when he gets his chance, he will say that himself. But yeah, I don't think it's not the isolated incident itself. I think it's the fact that we continually keep making stupid mistakes away from the game, and it's detracting from what we're doing on the field.
Do you personally feel let down already, and has this team got a real image problem now that it's going to be hard to claw back?
Clearly, we're not portraying ourselves how we want to, and I think we've got an opportunity to build a culture that's very strong, that something that we can be proud of, that's player driven, and of course that's not going to happen overnight. You know, we've already had conversation as a team about what is expected from this group of players, what it means to play for England, what it takes to play for England.
Well, we're not going to talk about the specific derby, as Joe there said, as he has the regulator. We are going to talk to culture. First of all, I want to come to you, all the captain of England. You've had to deal with situations like this, situations away from on the field. When you first get that call, how do you handle it mentally? You can absolutely feel how Joe Root has been feeling, because you've been there.
I have, and it's not a nice position to be in. It's part and parcel of being England captain, and it's the side that you don't see. It's not the batting, bowling, or fielding. It's not even the stuff around the ground. It actually takes up a lot of your energy and time spent in preparing for the game. And there is nothing that can prepare you for that call, where your player is either in handcuffs, been reprimanded in a fight, at a bar, just done something to detract energy away from the change room. And since Joe's been reappointed, I think he's done a fantastic job. Always look at three very simple things when I think about leaders under pressure. You know, is he being himself? Is he being authentic? We get that from Joe. We saw that at Headingley. The second part is, right, is he communicating a clear and transparent message about where he wants to go and where the team wants to be? I get that sense. South Africa away, Australia in the Ashes next year, and then your next role is to try and embody that. And Joe, again, has embodied it, so it's been a fantastic start. And during these three processes, it is so crucial that when things arise that are taking you away from getting to where you want to be, that you nip it in the blood. You should be able to know what is expected of you in the changing room and away from the game. Playing international cricket is not for everybody, but over the course of my career and Brody's, and yours in fact, there have been very challenging players that continuously find themselves in the wrong place at the wrong time. And given Joe's new fresh start, he would have had that conversation. There was a real good feel around the camp. He got rid of the curfew that apparently wasn't a curfew, that now doesn't exist. So he's handed over trust to the players. Bryden Castle was in that squad at Headingley. So clearly words aren't getting through. So your next course of action as captain or as coach is to protect that changing room at all costs, which to me means a conversation between captain, coach and the selectors, senior players in the room as well, to say, right, this is clearly an issue that we have to resolve, and with the group that we have moving forward, this is unacceptable. I had it with Alex Hales on the eve of the World Cup. I went and met with senior players who had been around quite a long period of time, and they felt quite strongly that Alex was taking more energy away from what we were preparing to try and achieve than he was contributing. And for those types of characters, it's not a bad thing if they just are omitted from a squad and taking time to reflect. Because sometimes, particularly how the Ben Stokes, Brendan McCullum era finished with no consequence really. Both walked away from their jobs. Baz was sacked, Ben chose to retire. But there was no consequence for the incident that actually happened following the win against New Zealand. The consequence was during this cricket regulator investigation. So for me, it's an opportunity for Joe and the senior leadership group within that changing room to make a strong message. We know how proud Joe is to be an England cricketer, to be an England captain. He knows how hard it is to do well, and when you do well, you want it to be shared up and down the country and celebrated. So this message, what happens next, regardless if the cricket regulator finds Bryden Carse to have deemed to have done something untoward and faces a consequence, I think there's an issue or a decision to be made outside of that, independently by that changing room, to say, right, is this the type of character that we need right here and now? Because there are very few players that compromise the common goal that are welcome back into the changing room. And if that's the case, I think there's an opportunity missed for Joe. But when things are going so well and he's making good decisions and the team are doing well, I think it'll be a seamless decision and a very strong one that it sends to every young player up and down the country, that this is the level of expectation that you need to have in yourself if you want to play cricket for England. So not just in the changing room, but up and down the country as well.
How do you see this?
Well, I think it's a really interesting one because we're always reverting back to the Harry Brook incident in New Zealand in October, where the ECB dealt with it so badly that he wasn't dealt with at the time. It was only a leak in Sydney at the end of the Ashes that that story broke. So it's hard for the players to really know where they stand, particularly with the ECB. And actually, if I was Bryden Carse in this situation, I was quite clearly told, look, this isn't the behaviour that's expected of England player. You're not going to be involved for the foreseeable future. It's very hard to get clarity from a player where you go, well, is that Harry Brook just play the Ashes and carry on and do what he did and go to Noosa and chill out, and then only because it broke in the paper that you then find it or whatever. So I think the ECB still
Whose side are you on?
for that discipline from what they did back in October with Harry Brook, and you'd have to be very clear that just because okay, well, Harry Brook is a good player, we can't afford to lose him. You're okay, we can move you on. So Castle in a worrying situation because Joe Root's now in charge and Ben Stokes isn't. So it is a fresh page in the sense that Joe can go, this is my team now, this is what we're doing. But you still have Rob Key, Richard Gold, Richard Thompson, who were part of the decision making with Harry Brook. Just because he's a really good player, we're going to try and protect him. So it's a really interesting one. I think what Joe Root said yesterday or 2 days ago in the press was strong, and to stand up in front of a change room and say, this is what I expect. And actually that's the most important thing right now, is actually when you're representing sometimes
Actually, I probably think Lords, because look, the Garney seat's just probably empty that you can cover it from the sun
I expect this from you, and if you don't deliver that,
and
we have a
rain.
problem.
It's great, isn't it?
costing Joe Root. And that's
Hey.
now the strong point that
It's a lot more bigger.
strong position Joe
Well, a
Root's
lot
in.
more
So
expensive.
now he said this to the group, it's his team. If you cross me, if you cross Joe Root, you're in trouble. And players will start to behave.
I don't think this is an ACB issue. I think this is a Joe Root decision. When Brody mentioned about the muddled nature about where players find themselves, where do they actually stand? It's an opportunity for Joe to double down on taking on the captaincy. The captaincy didn't, it fell on his lap. It wasn't a decision where he's going, I'd love to take over from Ben. So I'd imagine the conversation around that is I'm coming in and I'm doing it my way because I've sat back and watched what has worked, and I think I can be a better captain than I was previously, and I believe that he can, but he will be well aware of red flags that can detract energy and improvement from the side. And when you're playing under pressure in international, it takes every piece of energy and focus that you already have. So having upfield incidents continuously just arrive over the course of a short period of time, he really does need to take this decision himself, the coach and the selector as well. But I think it'll be a good decision if and when it comes, because I think it's a big issue if there's no consequence of what happens.
How much should this be dressing room then? Look after your mate. You know, Joe was obviously very unhappy with it. He brought his press conference forward. You could tell in his body language and his vocabulary that, as you said, he ain't going to stand for it. Don't cross me. But there are a load of other blokes up there. You've all been in dressing rooms, you think that's not quite right. You'd have gone over and said something.
Well, it shows on the field, hasn't it? Throughout the whole summer, throughout the Ashes, there's a real lack of leadership in this team. Even with the captaincy talk, really, Joe Root was the only option, and that's
That'll be Nan.
What? No.
Yeah.
Do you want it?
Give me speaking. Say hello.
Hello, Nan.
Different thing. He wasn't actually with England at the time. For those that don't know.
Oh, hi, Grandad.
Oh, it's
It's
Grandad.
Grandad. You confused
I
me.
thought it would be Nan. Normally
Hi,
is.
Grandad. I'll pass it over to. You
Well, around
confused
this
me.
time, it's normally Nan.
Confused me, dear.
It's very much a team thing.
It's Mum that
Are you
confused me.
What you've got to be careful of is just painting everyone with the same brush. Oh, this England team are behaving badly. Well, there's a bit of a fresh slate now. They've got a new captain, a new coach coming in. Let's see how they go in the next sort of few months, because really we're at the stage where we can't have any more misdemeanors like this. So I read it on whenever it was, Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, fine, yeah.
Even I, no connection to the team, like, oh, for goodness sake, like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
start
Away from Mum.
getting it right a little bit. Just get your heads down for a period of time. You're England cricketers, and the most important, I'm feeling that, the fans are feeling that, and the fans are the ones that turn up to the games and want to see the best players out there and want to feel like the England team is theirs and they're really behind it, and that it's not a laughing stock. And actually, we're in that situation where the team is a little bit of a, you know, I'm sure in the world of sport, what are the England cricket team doing? You know, this is the most chill sport in the world, and I think it's come from a culture of where Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes took over an experienced team and wanted freedom and said, go and enjoy it, it's the best thing ever, playing for England, you know, you're touring the world, it's amazing. That freed up experienced players who knew how to look after themselves, knew how to prepare and perform, but needed pressure taking off them. When the new players have come through and seen that culture, who maybe don't know how to behave, don't know how to prepare, don't know how to deliver under pressure, but just live the freedom and, oh yeah, this is great, playing for England, yeah, let's play golf, let's go to the pub, let's relax, let's celebrate the whole time. That's where it's got a bit blurred. And I think we're seeing the reasons or the actions in the players that have come from the culture that was set for experienced players, and when inexperienced get that freedom and culture, they don't quite know how to behave and deliver and win games. So yeah, I think Joe Root, what an opportunity he's got the next year to go, I'm a strong leader, this is my team, and we're doing it my way.
And toss is going to happen at 11:30, provided there's no more rain. There is actually a bit of rain in the air, so toss at 11:30, we shall see. I mean, the cricket regulator will look at this specific case in Darwin of Brighton Castmark, completely exonerate him. It's the optics, though. Do you think that England supporters are now fed up? Matt said wrote something in the Times the other day, lifting his laptop up again to write about another, in inverted commas, misdemeanour. Do you think the supporters have had enough?
Yeah, I think they're very much like all of us, just sick and tired of talking about continuously bad behaviour off the field. You know, as a sports fan, as an ex-England cricketer, very proud, I want to be cheering them on as much as I can. They play brilliantly well up at Leeds. You want to be reading about Tong and Atkinson and Archer and Ollie Robinson, how well they bowled. Not looking out again and how's he ended up in handcuffs? It's getting to a ridiculous stage, and that's why I'm a strong believer in somebody needs to make a good decision, because again, it's highly likely that the cricket regulator won't find any consequence because he was playing for Derby at the time and not necessarily in England or on England duty. But you are always on England duty as an England cricketer. Playing international cricket is not for everybody. It brings pressures and attention that not a lot of people can deal with. And I think this is a strong opportunity for Joe to go and lead that drive in what is acceptable and what is not acceptable behaviour for an England cricketer.
What, in your view, is a healthy dressing room culture?
Well, how long we got? That's quite a big question.
As long as you want, we're going to delay Josh.
You know, ultimately, yes, the coach is important, and I've seen a real variance of styles of coaching throughout my career. I think about Andy Lau, who's one of the best coaches I played for, and really made you feel like you were his player. You're a bit scared of him. You know, when Andy Flower's number rang you, you were like, oh my gosh, what have I done here? What have I done? You answer it, oh, was your net? Oh, yeah, it was all right. Yeah, that's all right. I was in trouble. But he made you ran over the boundary rope, and you're like, okay, I'm almost doing this for Andy Flower because he cares that deeply about me being a better cricketer, about the team winning, about driving forward. And then I played under Baz McCullum, who freed the brain up so much that you were able to do things that you wouldn't be able to do under different cultures, where you weren't scared about losing. You were able to showcase your skills at all times and really concentrate on entertaining cricket and play cricket how you did, because when you were 12 years old, you just loved the game, and you forgot about the pressure of the press and the media and the expectation. But ultimately, I think what you do need is a bit of experience in changing rooms that have learned from different coaches and different cultures, and then the changing room and people create them. That's when you look at teams that have success in white ball and red ball cricket. You think about Morton's team in the 2019 World Cup. It was experienced players, but most of those players have over 100 caps. They've learned from poor mistakes, and then they can all come together and go, this is how we want to do it as a team. They look after each other. Ultimately, your job is to win games of cricket on the field. So when pressure hits and when tough moments happen out there, they find a way to win those pressure scenarios together. And good communication, honest communication. I've heard about dust-ups, not dust-ups, but arguments in your changing room during that period of we're not going hard enough or we're not doing this properly. All good teams have that. And they all also have probably 4 other captains with them, leadership groups that you bounce things off. I just worry in this England Test team at the moment, and I revert back to Australia and things, because that's all our sample size we've got. They haven't got enough leaders, and that's when you've got to start with players that you think might not average as much as X, might not be quite as good as Y, but they can lead by example, and then when the pressure hits, they can grab the game by the scruff of the neck. And I just worry that this team hasn't got quite enough leaders at the moment.
I totally agree with what Rory said. He's absolutely nailed it. But I might simplify it with 2 words. You need respect, whether that's captain, coach, senior players in and around the changing room, and you need challenging. You need that experienced leadership. But once that goes, if you have a lack of leadership and your respect is being undermined, so in amongst those dust-ups are good, healthy conversations where people would they care about where the team is going. So they're like, why remind me why we're doing this all the time, or question why we're doing it. It is so important that that respect is still there. If the respect is lost, then the common goal you're trying to achieve goes in an S the whole time and doesn't move forward. So respect and leaders within the camp are vital to any good team culture.
Who did you lean on in the dressing room as your senior captain?
I was very lucky for 2 reasons. Captaincy came at a good time in my career. I was very comfortable with my own skin and my ability as a white ball cricketer. Plenty of experience behind me. And in and amongst the change room, we had Josh Butler, smokes Joe Root, ample amount of guys that I would trust and encourage and empower them to try and take decisions out of my hands in order to bring the team forward. But in and amongst captains, you need to allow people to grow around you. One of the worst examples of captains is that they have everybody down underneath their shoulder or under their armpit. You want people to grow and lead around you, to take responsibility. Because one, it allows them to grow their game, but two, it holds people more accountable. They feel like that they have a share in the game, they have a stake, and therefore a responsibility to try and take that on. So when it's not there, it is clearly evident, and when it's there, it goes seamlessly.
Okay, lads. Thank you for now. Joe Root looks like he is ready for the toss at 11:30. Nelson's poised and ready to go under a brolly because sadly it's still raining. So Joe Root might be ready, but I'm not sure conditions are. We'll find out when we come back. Hopefully toss at 11:30 with a start to this second test at midday.
Sponsors of England Summer of International Cricket on Sky.
The bank holiday sale is now on at Poltroni Sofà. Find huge savings on all sofas across all stores and online when you bank holiday sale the Italian way. Enjoy savings for a limited time, plus free delivery and up to 4 years interest-free credit. Poltroni Sofà. Quality sofas. Italian touch. Vitality rewards you for getting active with up to 2 months cashback on your premiums. Vitality, your health's best friend.
Hello, you. It's not nice when you're being dined out on, is it? Soaring bills can leave you feeling that way. At Uswitch, our experts fight to get you fair prices on your energy, broadband and mobile, keeping hungry bees out of your pockets. Uswitch. We put you first. Energy, broadband, mobile. You ready yet? That's breakfast sorted. Lunchbox sorted. Well, how are you feeling about it? Sure you'll be absolutely fine. Okay? Oh, smile. There you go. And dinner sorted. Oh. Here we go, look at this. Lunch mask, meal times sorted.
Dean, friend, family.
This is not recreational speaking.
It's not. Everything we've learned goes far beyond these walls. In the streets,
We don't study history. We make it.
here, we only fail when we don't try. We never forget where we come from. So the world won't know.
08001. According to the statistics, we shouldn't have made it.
Yet here we are. Still learning what no book can teach.
But only the streets care.
That's why we won't ever graduate. Because we'll never stop learning here. At the University of the Streets. We are rebels with our hearts.
Two worlds collide. The Americans are here.
I'm not gonna let it get it close. No one's stopping them. Energy, atmosphere, and a good old-fashioned dust-up.
Mayor Cameron. One huge night of MVP boxing.
Welcome to the show.
Sponsors of England Summer of International Cricket on Sky.
Huge for an equally unnecessary, undisciplined loss of temper by Getty, which may yet lead to his punishment.
That's through, that's an inside edge. This could be it already. Nasser Hussain is celebrating. England have won this third test match at Karachi. Pakistan's unbeaten record special moments off the field as well. Mark Wood joins myself and Stuart. Ori.
Alright.
Ashington.
Just like it. It's exactly the same, yeah.
Just looking at the players wandering around, I mean, it sounds the toss has been pushed back a bit further. They're hoping, I understand, to still start at midday, but the toss has been delayed once again because a little bit of light rain. Bit of football, bit of pig, but how do you mentally prepare yourself for a test match? Because in 20 minutes, half an hour, you could be opening the bowling or you could be having your feet up for a day.
Yeah, well, most of the stuff you've done the day before or 2 days ago, so this morning's very much gearing your mind into what might happen. As a bowler, I'm thinking we're probably going to bowl here in these conditions. Certainly if we win the toss, so I'm trying to gear my mind up, visualising how I'm going to bowl or their batters in these conditions. I think you've just got to try your very best to relax, which is what these guys are doing here. And then when it's the toss is done, if you're bowling, get out in the middle, have a bowl with the guys from the mid on, and get yourself up to go.
How did you mentally prepare for days like today?
Can be difficult. Actually, my mindset was I didn't want to just hang around on the pitch in these sort of delays. I felt like that may be a bit slow, and I'd just sort of wander into the day. So now I knew there'd be a delay. I'd get upstairs, I'd start sort of sorting my kit out, make sure I'm ready to go. Because you don't know whether you're going to have someone might go right. 15 minutes we're going, or it could be 2 hours. So you just got to find a way to stay on, but also not up there the whole time. I had a routine that I watched every single toss. That was just a habit of mine. I wanted to see the toss go up, and I'll beat win it or whatever. And also that theory that if I was 12 years old, there's a chance to watch a test match toss from 5 yards away. I wanted to take, so I'd always try and get out to the middle for the toss, get off the field, and also I wouldn't be bowling in training kit now. I'm waiting to get my whites on, get out.
Oh, you're not joking me again. Are they going on at half?
I don't know, there seems to be a bit of light rain.
Obvious bowl first, you would say, although it's supposed to get brighter throughout the day. Captain wins the toss and bowl. Do you feel extra pressure?
Absolutely. I think.
So we're just waiting for the toss now, aren't we? Well, it's gone 11:30. Well, hopefully for the next 10 minutes we have the toss. Hopefully for the next 10 minutes. Well, as you've seen the England players out there playing for football on the pitch. I think, yeah. They've got their captain back. Baba Assam is back in the captaincy dugout for Pakistan. What would you do with would you battle ball first if you were Joe and you won the toss?
You're going to bowl in conditions like this because it's not batting conditions, is it? It's bowling conditions.
But we always have to bowl first, so I just want to watch
Because if the weather is a bit misty like this, you're going to bowl because misty weather is not batting conditions, is it? It's not.
It looks. Especially not having cars here in Eastern Durham. Where's in Carson?
They were saying about the fact that he was playing for Durham, and they were saying yes, but if you're an England player, you're always representing England, whether you're playing for them or not.
There's Atkinson with Ollie Robinson. Again, hopefully the next 10 minutes we will have the toss. In the next 10 minutes, there's been a delay again.
It was saying though, Brooke was saying.
Oh, has he spoken? Was Jordan Cox spoke this morning?
Yeah. Would the ECB have done something about Harry Brook in New Zealand if it hadn't have got out?
Here we go again. We have to wait for half an hour. Once again, another half an hour. The toss at 12. We're going to start at 12:20. This is a second delay now. It's getting quite frustrating. Waiting for that toss. So another wait. We have to wait 27 minutes before we get the news from the middle. The covers are going off again. Again, it is quite a frustrating wait for them players out there. Oh, it's Mark Ward. So who's spoken? I heard Jordan Cox spoke on Sky Sport.
Yeah, he was just talking about himself.
Wait, did he?
About the last test.
Did he enjoy himself at heading late? He had a good knock. I really want to step back first. I just want to see us go out there back. Joe Root.
You need, if the weather's going to be like that, it's the weather for bowling.
He's always going to put ball in the batting first.
Yeah, because we've had weather like this.
Yeah, but we all want this after the hot summer we've had, rain. We all want rain after the warm summer we've had. 12 o'clock we will have the toss, and 20 past 12 will be the first ball of day one. Because of the rain we can play to 7:30 again because of the rain we've been having. So.
Traditionally in Lords, as a fast ball, I found it difficult here because the energy comes out of the ball. You can't just drive it in and it kisses off. It actually doesn't help you that much. So this type of ball, in fact, might suit this play. So we're getting it wrong in the fact that Pakistan didn't bowl well. They need to change. They need a 90-mile-an-hour bowler. Actually, this pitch might dictate that this attack might do all right.
Well, that was going to be my point. I mean, if they win the toss and bowl, for the reasons you've just given, good, get to
Yeah, absolutely. However,
discipline has to be significantly better than it was.
And I agree with that. They miss too much, but Abbas doesn't miss a lot. The other two guys, they're going to have to step up. There's wicket balls in this pitch for this type of pace and using the snub. We always talk about the snub a lot. We always talk about the overheads, but actually they've just got to be more consistent. If they can challenge the top of the stumps more, they'll let England off too much. Nasser did a great piece of Lawrence hitting it through the leg side. They can't afford to miss that much, or England will punish them.
Okay, well, toss has been delayed. We're hoping we're getting some cricket, some meaningful cricket throughout the day, because the weather forecast is set to get better as we go throughout the day. You had a pleasant evening here when was it? Last night, was it, with your old mate Jimmy? How proud are you of that? And what do you think of the portrait?
Really proud. A bit overwhelmed last night, to be honest. Yeah, extremely special. And to be there, I think what Jamie the artist has captured is the partnership, the friendship. We spoke about it being quite a traditional portrait in a sense. So there's no
input in it.
Yeah, and we sat for it, and stood for it. And there's no sponsors that gives it a year away. I'm actually wearing my dad's jumper, which connects with why I fell in love with the game and connects my family with the history of it. Jimmy, when we were standing for the portrait, was throwing this ball around all day, like dropping it, picking it up. So Jamie wanted to incorporate a brand new ball in Jimmy's hands. Yeah, I think it's really special. I think the thing that we realised last night, actually it was Felix White, Jimmy that the podcast with, said to us, do you know where it's positioned? It's as you walk through the long room door and it's just right in front of you. So when you get out, all the opposition batters will walk through that door and we'll still be there, just staring at smile. So yeah, it's hugely special, and yeah, something that means a lot to both Jimmy and I and our family.
Where would you hang yours?
The bathroom. Not fully well.
It's ever born in the end. All you see are his eyes and tape everywhere else. Right, toss has been delayed because of rain. We will build up to that, assuming the rain stays away in due course. We'll also be having a look behind the scenes in the dressing room with Broad and Anderson.
Sponsors of England's Summer of International Cricket non-stop. This September, the story just keeps on coming.
Get our face on. Treat ourselves to a bit of fine dining.
travel in style. They even have the dance. Because when football's back, so will we. Join us for 1,500 matches. Sky Sports. Welcome to the show.
In a city with a rhythm all its own. The brightest stars take to the floor for a performance that demands so much more. They own from freestyle to precision. Some tournaments are played, but this one performs. Who will have the last dance? The U.S. Open. Every match live on Sky Sports.
Two worlds collide. The Americans are here.
I'm not gonna let her get it close. No one's stopping this. Energy, atmosphere, and good old fashioned wrestling.
Maya, Cameron. One huge night of MVP boxing.
Welcome to the show.
Breaking news is emerging as the top target now. I'm interested in signing football is on to explore his options. The second will confirm rejecting official bid. British record transfer fee.
Get ready for a festival of animated movies. I love you guys. The Sky Cinema Animation Collection, available now. From Italy, sponsors of England's Summer of International Cricket on Sky.
7 live Premier League games for you to enjoy on Sky Sports this weekend. We start with Friday night football. Crystal Palace against Manchester City. Sky Sports Premier League at 7. Same channel on Saturday at 5 o'clock for Tottenham against Newcastle United. Now it's a busy Super Sunday, so just keep an eye on the channels for these. Chelsea, Brighton, 1 o'clock is on Sky Sports main event. Sky Sports Premier League at 1 for Leeds against Brentford. Sky Sports Plus for Sunderland against Fulham at 1 o'clock. And the later game on Super Sunday is back on Sky Sports Premier League. It's Manchester United against Ipswich Town at 4 o'clock. Monday night football, Aston Villa against Arsenal, 6:30 Sky Sports Premier League. Now, as long as the rain here at Lord's stays away and the weather gods behave themselves, they're hoping to have the coin toss at midday and to start this second test at 12:20. It's not raining at the minute, which is good news, but we did have a bit of time to wait. So once we do that, Michael Afton and Stuart Broad had a wander round Lord's.
Car park number 6 behind, then you drop your car off and you're on the way in. First time test match at Lord's 2008. What are your memories of it?
Yeah, 2008 New Zealand. Very special, obviously. You just look around Lord's, everything's pristine. It's immaculate. You get that feeling leading into the test match. But that morning when you arrive and the scorecard is in the changing rooms, laid out in the changing rooms, you walk through this sort of corridor here and into the pavilion. You do have to control your emotions a lot, actually.
Were you a nervous cricketer generally? I mean, on the morning of test matches, but also perhaps this one a little bit different.
Not a nervous cricketer. Definitely the day before I would think quite a lot about it. That's why I was definitely better when I did something the day before, so I didn't just concentrate too much. And I always had a tingle every morning of every test, really. But I would class that as excitement rather than being sort of petrified and nervous of what's coming. But I think particularly here, the tingle was even more intense.
Do you care as a kid to watch or not?
I remember vividly once, actually, my granddad was a member, and my dad's dad, and he bought me, I feel like I was a 15-year-old, and we sat in the Adams stand just here, and we went from Bristol with that excitement, getting on the train and getting here. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Anderson was playing.
He was your hero.
So, yeah, England versus South Africa, we'll have to check the scorecard. But yeah, I watched Jimmy Anderson bowl, and then obviously met him 3 or 4 years later, and ended up having a brilliant career and memory out of him.
So we're at the kind of the opposition team's end of the long here now. As an England player, you're supposed to really walk down there and then up to the dressing
experience that every single time that I could. You know, even since finishing playing 3 years ago now, the amount of times you come in a room like this is minimal. So I just thought, when I have the opportunity, I want to walk through it every single day. Because we're at the opposition end of the long room, all the portraits around here of opposing players, really, not English players. So like Michael Holding there. That one's just been unveiled at Martin Crowe. I think the one of Viv, painted by Brendan Kelly, is the best of them all here. Lovely to see Imran Khan there, Emma Sargent's watercolor of Imran Khan. I mean, it's one of the unique experiences, really, isn't it, this long room, because there are not, well, I can't think of many grounds where you have to walk through the members and the crowd actually to get to the playing field. Although they put barriers up, I think, after what happened in the end of 2023. Well, we're at the England dressing room end now, about to go up the stairs, so we'll pass some portraits of significant former England players. There's Nas, looking thrilled with life. About as happy as I've ever seen him. Gucci and Straussy, overly thrilled with theirs. Well, good, nice one to cookie, though. That's a relatively recent one, isn't it? It is, and it's very lifelike. Yeah, absolutely. Right, dressing room number 1. The England dressing room. No admittance unless by invitation of the captain or manager. Have we got permission? I think we can. I actually haven't texted Stokesy, but he'll probably still be asleep. Well, here we are. The England dressing room at Lords. You know what? It hasn't changed at all since I played. And I think that is the beauty of this dressing room. The players know that they're sitting almost in exactly the same space as Oakham did, Compton did, ever since this pavilion was built in 1890. Yeah, that is special. And I think these honours boards are the most famous in the world. And before that, you can sit down and quite often every day just glance at what happened in the past, and then you think that Gooch in 91 would have been sat there looking at Barrington in 67. It's really special. We always used to say to the batsmen, like, look how easy it is to bat here. You know, you have to work hard as a bowler. Yeah, I mean, there's 3 columns of test hunters and only not quite 2 full columns yet of 5. But the picture's changed in recent years a little bit. What you're on there? Which was your seat? I was here for every. So you're right under the Matt Pry Memorial window. The window. So actually, I was walking out to bat with this smash. So I got to midnight. I heard this crash. Whoa, what was that? And he said that he went to. He's got his bat here. He said that he went to place his bat there, and it unfortunately bounced off there and shut the window. I think a few in here thought that went put a bit more forcefully. But yeah, so how did you come by this corner? I think when you're new into the changing room, you first into the door, everyone was sort of set where they were, and this bench was relatively empty. Ian Bell was here, Pryor really in this corner, and I sat here at those pegs. There were some pegs here that extended this out. So and sat there forever really, and Jonathan Trott was here for a long time. I don't know who sits there now, but that was Ducky. That Ducky, that was my seat, which like you, it happened to be the spare seat when I arrived in this dressing room. The problem for me was I was so messy. My kit out there now. Well, my kit was everywhere, and of course people would come traipsing through over here. So this is where you've got like Stokesy and Jimmy. They're the messy ones, because you lob them over here, keep them out of the way, and Brucey, who's immaculate, goes in that far corner. But Stokesy's still here. Yeah, you've got his captain's blazer with the initials, numbers, which are still got your captain's blazer. You didn't get a captain's blazer, it was just my blazer. So with the difference of the crown, you see, how it's so played for England. Coronet, one's the crown. It's a tiny little detail, but something that's. Where was Jimmy? Jimmy was next to Stokesy. So this was like a bomb site. walking through, just sort of like kicking stuff out the way, like, get out of the way, get out of the way.
And you'd just be kind of sat there, shades off, just keeping a beady eye on whichever the batters was going off on one.
Favourite things was watching batters get angry when they got out. And Bairstow was one of the best. He'd sit in that corner by the coffee machine. So I'd quite often, when Johnny got out, just come have a lean here. And there's Johnny there. He can,
What do you reckon he did do in 2023 when he got?
Well, I went out to bat. Yeah. It's a shame, but I've seen him rip his shirt off clean. I've seen him punch the coffee machine. So yeah, there's a few different variants. Yeah, it's great. It's not great when you're losing wickets, but I think those reactions just show the emotion and how people care.
And a pretty small balcony, actually. This is where Jimmy necked his final.
Yeah, I was here with my camera filming it. Yeah. Amazing, actually. I think the test match finished at lunchtime, and they opened the outfield up for people to play on and have a look at the pitch, which I always think is great. I used to do that as a kid, and the crowd was sort of singing for Jimmy, and he came out with a pint and necked it. Pretty impressive. It's got a McGuinness gift here now.
That's amazing. But I used to love it, actually, like things like one-day finals, like a lot of those. And in those days, the crowd would swarm on at the end. So when you'd won, it was in the away dressing room, actually, but when you'd won, you had all your supporters down here in front of the balcony, which was a lovely way to end. But what a view. Okay, out the dressing room. I mean, the members will be just milling around as you come out to either bowl or bat. I mean, famously, an old coach of yours, David Steele, went down one flight of stairs too many, didn't he? He got lost and ended up in the loopers down here.
Yeah, you should tell her that at school, actually. Yeah, that he went too far. But yeah, I mean, here you're just gathering your thoughts, getting your kit right. And I think this is the door where you feel like you're entering the cathedral, I suppose, the theatre. So yeah, you walk through here, you've got the incredible windows, you see exactly what you're walking down to, and you're hit by the members straight away, really. The feeling, the emotion of when you are walking out, particularly an Ashes Test match, to go and bowl, and this is packed. You're almost sort of, you don't have this much space, and you definitely see faces that you know. Always, actually, Matt Root would be here, goes down, and you'd be sort of really fires you up. It's amazing, and that's really unique. You're right, football teams don't walk out with the fans a yard away from you.
And of course, it's one of the great feelings when it's done well. One of the worst things in fact, well, that you've got to come back. There's complete silence. The members just
What have you up to?
I've just been going into the